Alright, I want to do this movie review real quick of Collateral Beauty, starring a lot of big-time actors, Academy Award nominated actors, you know, the big figure being Will Smith. And this movie's gotten a lot of bad reviews. I'm not saying it's great, but I want to give you my review of this movie. I definitely rate it higher than a lot of the people who reviewed it on YouTube and with the press. Not saying it was really great, but it has a lot of flaws, but I didn't think it was that bad how people were ripping it apart. But so, if you've seen the trailer, you may think it's this like heartfelt like movie about a man who just lost his child and him, you know, getting through the grievance process through the phenomenon of him sending letters to time, love, and death, and their embodiment coming to cope him through it. That's what the trailers, you know, led us to believe. But in reality, as we learn quickly into the movie, that his business partner and his high-up colleagues in his business are very, very concerned about him as well as their business and them losing money and clients because the relationships that, you know, the Will Smith's character, Howard, he hasn't been talking to anybody, so those connections and accounts are dwindling, so they're in risk of going out of business. So his partner, played by whatever his name is, oh boy, what's his name? Edward Norton, his character has the idea of hiring 3 actors to play love, time, and death. And they hired a private investigator to follow Howard to basically expose the fact that he's unable to use his properly vote with his shares because he's not fit mentally. So that was the plot of this movie, and as people were saying that that's not how it's portrayed in the trailers. Like, I will say, like, the trailers made it look so beautiful, like maybe, oh, this could be like an Oscar contention movie. But no, it's not, because there's a lot of bits and pieces. This movie is just like, I remember vividly saying, like, what? I'm confused. Blah, blah, blah. And, like, so many, like, twists and turns in the ending. I'm like, what is this? But that being said, I enjoyed the film. I mean, it could have been a little bit shorter. I think the acting jobs were pretty good. Will Smith did a very convincing job of a, you know, isolated person who just lost their daughter. I felt his pain, like he couldn't even say his daughter's name. As far as the love, time, death, those actors and how their interactions with him, it's pretty interesting. I think she did a really great job. The old actor, I don't really know her name right now. I have to look it up. But she did a very good job. She was like so gung-ho about like, he believed us, put me in again, I can play all 3 parts. Like, what? Some spoilers in here, sorry. But, no, I thought, let's see. The flaws with this movie, them not sticking to, them kind of confusing the audience who saw the trailer, thinking it was going to be this happy film through that journey of, you know, grievance, turning into, we need to get your shares to save our company. It's all about the company. But I think his business partners kind of, like, they were like, it kind of pained them to do it. Like, they knew something had to be done to save their company, and yes, they knew Howard was going through some hard times losing his child, but I don't think it was like malicious fully. It was out of a place where we need to save the business. You know, Howard worked so hard from the business too in the beginning, but now he's just in a position where he can't. So, you know, you have to, you know, do what you got to do. And then two, there was just like, in the middle of this movie, there was just like some unnecessary plot twist that is like, what? What are you doing? You could have done this instead of that, and it would have been a better film. So basically, there are a lot of flaws in this movie. I still thought it was kind of interesting. I'm glad I saw it. Might not be a good review, but it's a nice little rant of how I have about the movie. But I would rate this like a C+. I'm just going to stick it as C+. C's get degrees. Like, hopefully they get their money back as far as the studio, but I don't know. The box office isn't looking that good. So it wasn't that bad as people saying. It's just very flawed. And, you know, things with flaws still have beauty. Collateral beauty, you know. But, yeah, Will Smith do a better job. I think he could have talked to the writers and had it done a little bit better. All the actors involved, he could have told the writers to change some things, but that was my review. Wasn't too bad. I gave it a C+. Better than a D rating, better than 5 out of 10, eh? Barely, but alright, y'all.